What else we got? Hugo says, what up, Hugo? Hugo says, appreciate you putting the virtual tour and your commitment to still add value. Here are the questions. Now that we're in economic downturn, for businesses like mine burrowing through free cash flow, what are the three things you would implement besides cutting expenses, et cetera, et cetera? I mean, it depends. I know your business, Hugo, by the way, so I know who you are. And shout out to Hugo, my homie from London. Um, you know, Look, you've been through tougher times in your life for sure. I know you and the type of guy you are. You had plenty of tougher times in your life than this little shenanigan. All right. B, regarding your specific questions, it's like, you have to look. Everybody has this idea of extreme conservatism. That's the first thing that a human brain is. It's just like it's called fear of loss aversion. It's called fear of loss, and that's why people panic out of the markets. That's why people, the first thing that gets cut in business is their marketing and advertising budgets. And bless their heart, because now I can buy ads for cheaper in a lot of contexts, So bless their hearts. Um, I don't know. I think it's a time for expansion in a lot of cases. It's like, where is the niche opportunity that you can fill given the current circumstances? Where do you have an advantage over others when others are retreating and feeling panicked and scared? Where do you have an opportunity for expansion? So, you don't want unnecessary expenses in the sense of, I don't know. It's probably not a great time to if you're cash strapped, it's probably not a great time to buy a luxury yacht. Now, if you got a lot of money, this is a great time to buy a luxury yacht because you're gonna buy it for half off right now. If you got a lot of money, this is a great time to buy a jet because you're gonna buy it for half off right now. So look for those opportunities. I understand, you're probably not in the yacht market at the moment, but I also know that you're going to make serious money in your life yet. And you've made money in the past, you're going to make more money in the future, and you're not the type of guy that's supposed to have a job. And you have a lot of talents, so you don't have to worry about it. I'll just say, some of the fear that you see people experiencing is really irrational at the moment. Some of the terror, some of the apprehension, it's not real, dude. It's like you guys are buying the hype. So you're in London, okay? There's been real plagues in London in the past. You might know this, where think like 25% of the population dies. All right, this is not that type of an episode. All right, so the higher end statistics on this is like, if everybody catches the goddamn thing, look, there's a lot of people that aren't reported because the testing has been lagging. So a lot of people have this and they don't know about it. Now, a lot of that's just going to go away because that's why this quarantine shit, if they go isolate at home and they get over the symptoms and they're not contagious anymore, then, problem solved. And then they come back out in the world and everything's good. But without all the data to back it up, I know all the data, but, are we having a seminar about corona data? Or are we talking about business and dating, okay? So long story short is, if a million people die in your country, which that's unfortunate, but it's going to be the elderly and the weak people, okay? It's not going to be you. It's not going to be me. And the rest of the world's going to get back to work, bro. So this is not a long-term panic. This is a short-term thing. They're already looking at meds, malaria meds that are going to help mitigate negative outcomes. We're looking at vaccinations. They're already sequencing this shit and working on vaccination. That's going to take longer to roll out, but they are going to roll it out. So this is not this is going to be a new thing that's going to be, in a year's time, the vaccinations are going to be available. In 2 years' time, it's going to be part of your normal flu shot. When you go get your flu shot every fall, it's not an ongoing thing, bro. So, yeah, fine, you can be conservative with some of your short-term cash. I think it's a great time to invest cash. It's like, what do I do with this stuff? It's like, I invest every penny that I have. And, I invest in educational programs because investing in those programs right now is a time to really differentiate yourself. So I literally have my girl and my team, two of my teammates are looking around and say, hey, if you're saying great thing, let me know about it. I'm talking about a lot of financial investments, but I'm also looking not just at buying assets in terms of financial investments, but this is a great time to buy mentoring programs. It's a great time to get into private mastermind groups when other people are scared and they don't want to join something, this is a great time to differentiate yourself. It's like, nah, man, I'm not scared. And groups that you maybe wouldn't get into normally, groups that you maybe couldn't get into normally. I just did one yesterday. Last night I had a conversation, and they were kind of thinking about me because I'm not a big brand name. There's a lot of celebrities there. There's a lot of sports players. There's a lot of Hollywood people, and there's a lot of wealthy, like the elite of Manhattan, London type people. And they're reviewing my application, and they're like, and it's not anything they said, but I can sense it, And that just got approved yesterday. So I not only do I say this shit, but I put my money where my mouth is, and I live this way. It's like, well, it's a great time. It's like, well, what type of groups, what kind of mastermind group could you be a part of that's going to help you be very successful on the other side of this? Where are the things you could invest now rather than constraining cash and having a scarcity mindset? It's like, well, where are the opportunities? Where's the opportunity to invest? I was talking to a jeweler the other day, Friday, I think. I was talking to one of my jeweler buddies, and he and I were talking about what's happening with silver. Silver is an industrial commodity to some extent, but it's also a precious metal. And that's also one of the guys had a question about that earlier. Is like, well, why is silver down? People being forced out of their positions. The industrial use is down. People are being forced out of their positions. It's like, if you wanted to be very conservative, you could buy things like that. You could buy things like, why is platinum down from $1,000 to $600? Why is I don't need to say a bunch of specific investment ideas, but you go do your due diligence and think about it yourself. Some of the consumer discretionary stocks are so fucked. Now, if you don't know which ones to bet on, if you don't know which ones are likely to do well, you're like, oh, oil's down, I'll just buy all the oil companies. Well, okay, you're probably going to lose your ass, by the way, because some of them are going to go bankrupt. So if you don't know these industries and you don't know what to look for, you can say, oh, Derek, casinos are cut in half. Yeah, but they didn't go down enough yet. They can go down a lot more. So maybe I'm going to miss a 20 or 30%. Things magically turned around this week. That's great. Maybe I'm going to miss 20 or 30% pop in the casinos. But you know what? I think they could go down in 50% again, or even more. And I've seen them go down 99%. Las Vegas Sands went down from 150 something to $1.38. It went down over 99% in the last recession. So I have friends saying, hey, I'm going to buy the casinos. I'm like, not yet, don't do it. You do your own due diligence. I'm not trying to tell you investment advice, okay? But we can do that on a different webinar. And the only people that I can share real things with they're going to be on my mentoring program. If you're not serious enough to join, don't worry about it. Maybe success. Maybe just contract. Just stay home and be scared. And watch the smartest people here. Watch when you come back on a brotherhood call and the people talk about the fucking made $1 million, made 200,000, made 12 million. Watch when you come back on one of those calls and feel like a fucking clown dick. Because after it's all over, after the opportunity's gone and everything's stable, so Derek, how can I make $12 million in a couple months? So, oh, you can't, idiot. You can't, because you weren't there, because you didn't care. You weren't invested in yourself. So, any case, don't be scared about this, Hugo. Don't be scared about this. This is not going to be a multi-year event. This is a short-term contraction, and I look at it as an expansion opportunity. That if you treat this the right way, you can turn it into a shit ton of money. You treat it the right way, you can make a shit ton of money. Great time to you treat it the right way. You can get yourself not only the financial assets, buying stocks or commodities or foreign exchange trades or something. Bitcoin for some people are into these cryptocurrencies and stuff. Okay, not only asset classes like that. But I'm looking for, well, what are the other opportunities? What are the hidden opportunities when everybody else isn't investing in marketers, when everybody else isn't investing in expansion? Well, I'm very well funded, so I can buy whatever I want. I just literally can buy whatever I want. So, maybe I probably shouldn't buy a jet at the moment. I got a buddy that in my mastermind group, he's like, hey, I know a guy, multi-billionaire, he's selling one of his jets. You could probably pick it up for half of what it would normally cost. And I'm like, man, that's awesome and it's tempting and I have enough money that I could pay for it, but it's not a responsible thing for me to buy at the moment, So look for the opportunity. Look for, for me, that's like social groups that you normally wouldn't be able to get into because it's for, A-list celebrity, et cetera, et cetera. Look for those social groups. get on, my mentoring program, obviously. It's like, think about the hysteria going on. It's like, what do we do? You laugh at the people who are hysterical, and you go fucking profit from the circumstances. You're like, you laugh at them. You get away from those idiots, because that's what they are. You get away from those idiots, and then you go look for the opportunities in the marketplace. And you go hire people that otherwise would be unavailable. It's a great time to go hire somebody who's being laid off. Great time to invest in your education, to invest in go to the gym. You can't go to the gym. Oh, work out at home. Do your fucking workouts at home. Go fucking make the best of your circumstance. And going back to when I keep saying, I think this is going to be the theme of our conversation today. When I keep saying resourceful people, they just get to separate themselves from the mediocre and the losers right now. Why is it that fucking trillions of dollars changes hand in a circumstance like this? Oh, because when stupid people are panicked, the most resourceful people, they just realize actually this is an opportunity to show my brilliance, to show my perseverance, to show my preparedness, to demonstrate my overall resourcefulness, to show my calmness while others are scared, to show my dominance when others are weak. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity that you can choose to be a part of. You could choose to be a part of and profit from this. When would you ever have a better time to invest in yourself? When would there ever be a better time? I don't know either. It's because people use these excuses. Oh, Derek, I don't have the time. Derek, I'm too busy. Well, first of all, those people probably just mismanage their time, pathetically. So first of all, there's a lot of mismanagement of time there. Okay. Secondly, let me expand on that. Okay. So there's 168 hours in a week. Rich people and poor people, smart people and dumb people. Everybody gets 168 hours in their week. All right. And the winners and the losers really get separated by how do you manage your emotions, and how do you manage your time, and did you spend your time filling your brain with high quality thoughts, putting yourself in high quality environments, or do you spend your time right now? Imagine being locked down here and you're watching TV. Imagine being locked down, or just watching nonsense TV. I'm watching the markets. I normally don't turn a TV on. Sometimes my TV doesn't get turned on for months. Okay, I just watch the markets. I just watch it all week. I'm watching the markets. I'm seeing what's happening. I'm looking at futures. I'm looking, aftermarket. I'm looking at futures. I'm looking at post-market trading. I'm on the phone with some of the smartest people in the world, literally. I'm on the phone, Derek, should I go to grad school? Yeah, I just, now I can pick up the phone and I can call people on Wall Street that are managing some of the biggest funds in the world. Now I can pick up the phone and I can talk to, I can't say their names, but I can talk to people that never would have spoken to me. They wouldn't speak to you right now. You couldn't pay money to get their attention. This video is brought to you by Moneyberg.com. I want you to go to Moneyberg.com right now to see where you can meet me live when I come to a city near you. I want you to be part of our audience. I want you to be part of our elite success programs. I want you to be part of the fun. Most importantly, I want you to ensure your success and your financial independence working with me while we travel around the world and help people live their dreams. Go to Moneyberg.com. Success is closer than you think. It's waiting for you there.